Friends, if you want to watch super hit movie, A Sudden Case of Christmas, in English, then you must like this video if you are visiting our channel for the first time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, friends. In today's video, the movie we are going to talk about is called A Sudden Case of Christmas. We will talk about what this movie is and where you can watch it all. Interesting facts about this movie in today's video, I am going to tell you. I am also going to give you all the information on which platform or on which satellite channel you will get to watch this movie. Also, we will talk in detail about the technical department, music department, pre-production filming, post-production budget, box office collection of this film. We will also talk about the story of this film, and I will also give you a small review of the story of this film. Apart from this, we will discuss about the facts of this film's storyline, star-cast actors' performance in the film, and which character has played which role. That's why I request you friends to watch this video till the end. So let's start the video. A Sudden Case of Christmas is a 2024 American Christmas comedy film written by Peter Chelsom, Tinker Lindsay, Gianluca Bomprezzi, Neri Parenti, Federico Baccomo, and Francesco Paterno, directed by Chelsom and starring Danny DeVito and Andie MacDowell. It is the remake of the 2022 Italian film Improvvisamente Natale. Cast: Danny DeVito as Lawrence, Andie MacDowell as Rose, Wilmer Valderrama, Antonella Rose as Claire, Adrian Dunbar, Mario de la Rosa, Salvi, Dennis Conway, Kate Muda as Johanna, Matteo Miraglia as Niccolo. Production: on May 12, 2024, it was announced that Danny DeVito, Andie MacDowell, and several other actors were cast in the film. On May 16, 2024, it was announced that Shout Studios acquired North American distribution rights to the film. Release: the film was released on digital on November 7, 2024. A Sudden Case of Christmas is a wonderful modern Christmas story that is surprisingly set against the backdrop of summer. Starring Danny DeVito as a doting grandfather who owns and operates a hotel in the Italian countryside, the film explores complex relationships with a comic twist. It has quality and charm, and it's well worth a watch this holiday season. Every Christmas, Claire, Antonella Rose, and her parents travel to her grandfather's hotel in the picturesque Italian countryside. Unlike previous years, however, her parents took her out several months early in the summer to share important news. After the revelation that her parents are planning to separate, Claire makes one request for their remaining time: to celebrate Christmas like they always do when they visit. For any Christmas movie to succeed, it needs to do several things well. In general, this includes telling a story that takes place at or around Christmas time. Even Die Hard, a hotly contested Christmas movie, manages to do this. However, A Sudden Case of Christmas immediately sets itself apart by having it set outside the holiday season. Despite it being summer, the film brings Christmas to the characters in a way that feels genuine. Despite the film being an independent production, it has all the quality and charm of a larger Christmas film, and it's well worth a watch this holiday season. This quirky shift from the norm immediately puts the movie into a category of its own, and when combined with DeVito's incredible comedy, the whole story is elevated to become a modern and unique Christmas hit. Continuing this effort to break the mold, the film doesn't revolve around a traditionally happy family, as the central parents are currently at the tail end of their marriage. But bringing all of these odd elements to the forefront makes for a better story. The reality is that things get busy and stressful during the holiday season. So, when a film like A Sudden Case of Christmas puts that at the core of the story, it manages to resonate and connect in a way that other Christmas films cannot. Instead of outlandish Christmas miracles, there is a real, hard-working family at the center of the story who are just pushing through to make it work and put a smile on their kid's face. Ultimately, that chaos and the cracks make the story authentic and fun. A surprise Christmas takes a lot of work. Running a hotel is already a complex job, but churning out a festive season in August, against the wishes of some of your guests, entertaining family, and keeping the peace between a couple who are ready to part ways is a hefty burden. Thankfully, DeVito's Lawrence is up to the task, as he juggles these various issues with a smile and a joke at the ready. However, DeVito is not alone in carrying the comedic weight of the film. It's an easy-to-watch film with some deeper moments that had me reflecting and relating to the themes and messages at its core. DeVito is joined by his real-life daughter, Lucy DeVito, who plays his on-screen daughter, Abby. Opposite Lucy is that 70s show star, Wilmer Valderrama, as her husband, and Andie MacDowell as his mother. Each of these characters carries the brunt of the comedy beats in the movie, and thanks to their wealth of experience, they do an excellent job. However, there are multiple storylines playing out that frequently cross paths and sometimes clash. Despite these small hiccups with winding narratives, the film continues to deliver fun, heartwarming moments and builds a thoughtful, heartwarming story. It's an easy-to-watch film with some deeper moments that had me reflecting and relating to the themes and messages at its core. Among the busy landscape of Christmas films, A Sudden Case of Christmas is well worth watching, as it delivers something unique compared to the rest of the Christmas slate. Currently in selected theaters and major digital platforms and coming to DVD soon from writer-director Peter Chelsom, Tinker Lindsay, and Shout Studios comes the holiday film A Sudden Case of Christmas. Lawrence Danny DeVito owns a quaint hotel in the Dolomite Mountains in Italy, and every year at Christmas the family visits. Now it is summer, and daughter Abby, Lucy DeVito, husband Jacob, Wilmer Valderrama, and daughter Claire, Antonella Rose, are making a special mid-year trip. Lawrence believes he knows the reason why, but is totally thrown when Abby and Jacob explain that his reason couldn't be more wrong. The couple has decided to separate and want Lawrence to break it to Claire. When it comes out, Claire is frantic and spends some time alone. She then decides that if this is to be the families will be together for Christmas, then Christmas must come in August. Claire asks Grandpa Lawrence to call her other grandparents, Rose, Andie MacDowell, and Mark, Jose Zuniga, to join them. All the while, Lawrence is preparing the hotel for the holiday while still attending guests like Claudia Valeria Cavalli. Immediately, Claire goes into high gear making a documentary of their summer holiday. When the grandparents arrive, Walter is beside himself to learn that Claudia is someone he knows. Looking to Lawrence for help, he becomes almost invisible, and Rose goes on having fun where she can find it. Meeting Claudia, the two women hit it off and become fast friends over time spent at archery with the handsome Don Michelli, Francesco Salvi. Just when Claire thought things were going to be fun, everything turns on its head, and only love can save it all. DeVito as Lawrence is a grandfather who would do anything to help the granddaughter he loves so dearly. Realizing that the problems with her parents are affecting her, when Claire comes to him with the Christmas idea, he is immediately on it. He also deals with hotel's guests, slightly different employees, and a priest that is in the middle of it all. I have always loved DeVito and the characters he plays, and in this film, he gives us the grandfather who starts to question his own reasons for staying. Rose as Claire is a young girl preparing herself for what her parents are attempting to do, and relies heavily on her doting grandfather. She is a charming young lady who runs the gambit of emotions of family, love, traditions, and how to understand the craziness of the adults around her. Lucy DeVito as Abby is a mother who has been working very hard in a job that totally stresses her out. In the process of that, she has disconnected somehow with her family and husband. Stressing out about it all is taking a toll, and DeVito portrays it until she realizes what has happened. MacDowell as Rose is a woman struggling to decide how she wants to spend her time now that she is retired. Feeling like she is missing a life connection, she feels it even more when she hears the story of her new friend. MacDowell is so charming in this role, and I love every bit of it. Cavalli as Claudia is a woman who once grieved for her husband, and in one night found something that has carried her year after year back to the hotel. This time she found a friend in Rose. Cavalli just floats through the film with her smile, and it is wonderful. Valderrama as Jacob wants so much to be a good father, but is dealing with his own struggles after losing his job. Trying to discover where he fits into life, it also affects his relationship with wife Abby, and he doesn't know how to fix it. Zuniga as Mark is a man who is hiding from his mistake in a rather humiliating way. Unable to face it, he'd rather hide under the cover until the Christmas week has passed. Salvia's Don Michele is the suave eye candy for both Rose and Claudia, and it is hilarious, and yes, he is handsome. Other cast include Antonella Slavucci as Delfina, Tommaso Sacco as Aldo, Kate Muda as Shout Studios has grown into a tremendous multi-platform media company, releasing new animated features such as The Exquisite Long Way North and the epic fantasy Beauty and the Beast. Also, their own original horror film, Fender Bender, gives fans a good scare. For more of what Shout has to offer, please visit www.shoutfactory.com. A Sudden Case of Christmas is a wonderful holiday film set in the beauty and grandeur of Italy. The cast bring it all alive in such a way that families watching the film will forget they are in another country. That's because the story is all about family and the constant changes, friends who will do anything for each other, and a holiday that brings everyone together. This is a creative and fun holiday film to start off the season. There is nothing better than being reminded that it isn't about the items we get for Christmas. Instead, it is about the people in our lives that are so very important to us that we want to be close to, gather to celebrate traditions, and make the simplest effort to let everyone know they are loved. Let the holiday cheer begin. Well-meaning parents, Abby, Lucy DeVito, and Jacob, Wilmer Valderrama, are planning to separate, and having consulted their therapist, decide the best way to break the news to their 10-year-old daughter is to have Granddad Lawrence, Danny DeVito, do it for them at his idyllic Dolomites resort. It doesn't take Lawrence long to realize the kid is way ahead of them. "Did you notice any changes in your dad?" he asks. "Did he start weightlifting? Did he always wear jeans? Did he have perfect hair?" New in select theaters and digital streaming via premium video on demand on Friday. A Sudden of Christmas stars Lucy DeVito and Wilmer Valderrama as Abby and Jacob Randall, a couple whose marriage is about to end. Knowing the news of their pending divorce will crush their 10-year-old daughter, Claire, Antonella Rose, the Randalls try to soften the sad news with a trip to visit Abby's father, Lawrence, Danny DeVito, at the gorgeous resort he owns, located in the Dolomite mountain range in Italy. Tasked by his daughter and her husband to tell Claire about the split, Lawrence manages to cheer up his granddaughter by granting her a special wish: to celebrate Christmas at the hotel so the girl can spend one last holiday with her parents together. It is an unusual ask for Claire, though, because they'll be celebrating Christmas in the month of August. In a recent Zoom conversation, Lucy and Danny DeVito told me that the decision to co-star in A Sudden Case of Christmas for director Peter Chelsom was an easy one, since it gave the father-daughter team an opportunity to work together again. Lucy DeVito has previously appeared on screen with her father in the 2016 film The Comedian, as well as 3 episodes of his hit comedy series It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We're always looking for stuff to do. And when A Sudden Case of Christmas came along, we were like, this is a gift, Danny DeVito said. I had just become a grandpa because her sister, Gracie, had a baby, so I was in the grandpa mode. Then my beautiful daughter here, Lucy, is playing my daughter. So A Sudden Case of Christmas was a big surprise and really nice. When Peter Chelsom called, we read the script and really both responded to it in a big way. In some ways, Lucy DeVito added, doing A Sudden Case of Christmas together was like a working vacation, considering the place she and her dad shot the film. It wasn't too bad that we were able to go to Italy to film it, Lucy DeVito said with a laugh. So working together in a majestic landscape, it was great to do a family movie together. Of course, playing father and daughter in A Sudden Case of Christmas wasn't anything new for Danny DeVito and Lucy DeVito since they played father and daughter in The Comedian. The difference with A Sudden Case of Christmas, though, is that the DeVito's father-daughter relationship is a principal part of the plot. No matter the size of the roles, creating the father-daughter dynamic for the film has never been a problem for either actor. What's so cool about this is when you know someone so well and are able to work with them, there's like a shorthand, explained Lucy DeVito, one of Danny DeVito's 3 children with his longtime wife Rhea Perlman. As actors, we're always trying to find those honest connections, so if you already have a leg up by knowing the person so well, there's an ease and a comfort to the work. You have that built-in connection, and you know there's a mutual trust. The fun part of having that connection for both Lucy and Danny DeVito is that, in addition to working together on screen, they've been challenged as actors in a live setting. As the duo staged the play I Need That, in a limited engagement on Broadway in November and December of 2023. Because of their close relationship, Danny DeVito noted, he also felt the built-in connection with Lucy DeVito every night. That's usually what you look for with actor that you're working with, explained Danny DeVito, who recently appeared in Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, with his longtime friends and collaborators Michael Keaton and Tim Burton. But the fact that it's your daughter you're working with, there's this other little layer that made things supercharged. There's some kind of spirit that is in there that elevates it. What made I Need That even more special for the duo was a special surprise Lucy DeVito revealed to her father on set. One night she came to me and said before we went on, she said, "I got to tell you something, Dad. I'm pregnant," Danny DeVito recalled, gushing. She told me in the dressing room. Since then, Lucy DeVito had her child, her first, making Danny DeVito a grandfather again. In addition to A Sudden Case of Christmas, Lucy DeVito is also celebrating the digital release of her 2023 fantasy comedy drama, The Secret Art of Human Flight. It's a really beautiful film directed by H.P. Mendoza, and it's a true indie, Lucy DeVito explained. It's about this guy, Ben, played by Grant Rosenmeyer, who's dealing with grief after the loss of his wife, and he tries to learn how to fly. The Sound of Metal. Oscar nominee Paul Raci also stars in the film as Mealworm, an online guru who claims to know the power of flying, while Lucy DeVito plays Ben's sister, Gloria. I think it's a really quirky, beautiful, beautiful film, Lucy DeVito enthused. We had an amazing time doing it. Also starring Andie MacDowell, Jose Zuniga, and Adrian Dunbar, A Sudden Case of Christmas is new in theaters and digital streaming on Friday. The Shout Studios film will also be available on DVD on November 19th. A Sudden Case of Christmas has Danny DeVito and his daughter Lucy leading a folksy ensemble in a spirited holiday romp about the value of family during the holidays. The rub here is that Christmas takes place in August because of an impending divorce. Shenanigans predictably ensue as the likable characters hide big secrets and juggle various relationship problems while a precocious girl documents the festive fray. The film avoids being overly sentimental with a few naughty bits meant to spike the eggnog. Jacob Randall, Wilmer Valderrama, and his wife Abby, Lucy DeVito, sing Christmas carols with their young daughter Claire, Antonella Rose, as the family drives towards Italy's picturesque Dolomite Mountains. Rose's father, Lawrence, Danny DeVito, owns a boutique hotel where everyone usually congregates for Christmas. Jacob's parents, Rose, Andie MacDowell, and Mark, Jose Zuniga, are also en route to join them. We quickly learn it's not December, but August, as the Randalls want the whole clan to celebrate the holidays together. At the hotel, Lawrence is jubilant to see his beloved Claire when they arrive. Otto, Adrian Dunbar, his dutiful hotel manager, bellhop, concierge, maitre, has begun the process of turning the hotel into a Christmas wonderland, much to the annoyance of Lawrence's most important guest, a disgruntled millionaire, Dennis Conway, with his daughter. The hugs and kisses take a serious turn when Jacob and Rose pull Lawrence away to explain their real reason for visiting during the summer. They're getting a divorce, and thought telling Claire at the hotel, her favorite place, would lessen the shocking news. A Sudden Case of Christmas feels like an extended sitcom, as the pratfalls and awkward encounters run deliriously amok. It's a carnival of near buffoonery, with each character doing their darndest to avoid painful truths. The deceptions continue with the arrival of Rose and Mark. It turns out that the buttoned-up Mark had a steamy one-night stand with another guest during his last visit. Mark immediately hides when he sees Claudia, Valeria Cavalli, in the lobby. Zuniga, an accomplished character actor known for his extensive TV, 24 CSI, Madam Secretary, and feature film Alive, Twilight credits, steals the show as Mark. Let's just say he goes to extreme efforts to hide his dalliance. The comedy twists his angst further when, of course, Rose finds a new bestie in Claudia. A Sudden Case of Christmas is a production of Notorious Pictures and Riverstone Pictures. It will be available digitally and on demand from Shout Studios on November 8th. It's available to rent or buy on digital platforms like Apple TV, YouTube, Fandango at home, and on Prime Video through the link below. Plot follows an American couple taking their daughter Claire to her grandfather Lawrence's grand hotel in Italy to tell her they're breaking up. Claire insists on celebrating Christmas in August to bring the family together, leading to unexpected complications. Claire's other grandparents arrive to join the festivities, bringing secrets and adding further intricacy. It is that time of year again as new Christmas movies are hitting screens big and small. Typically, unless it is a big studio production, we don't cover a lot of holiday movies on this site, as they can often feel like nothing more than a Hallmark or Lifetime original project. The new film A Sudden Case of Christmas is somewhere in the middle. Boasting the great Danny DeVito, A Sudden Case of Christmas also features Andie MacDowell and Wilmer Valderrama, as well as Lucy DeVito, the daughter of Danny and Rhea Perlman. A screwball comedy of errors combined with an unexpected holiday theme, A Sudden Case of Christmas is a mix of family-friendly humor with some mature themes that sometimes feel at odds with one another, but it is still a charming showcase for the elder and younger DeVitos. A Sudden Case of Christmas is set in the beautiful Dolomite Mountains of Italy, a location not commonly seen in American films. In the film, the mountain range is home to an exclusive hotel resort owned by Lawrence Arminetti, Danny DeVito, a widower struggling to keep the place open with dwindling reservations. Lawrence is also preparing for a summer visit from his granddaughter Claire Randall, Antonella Rose, who is coming with Lawrence's daughter, Abby, Lucy DeVito, and son-in-law Jacob, Wilmer Valderrama. Excited to see his family, Lawrence is shocked that Abby and Jacob have decided to get divorced and wants to break the news to Claire during the visit. When Claire finds out, she comes up with a plan to celebrate one last family Christmas, despite it being 6 months early. The family obliges and invites Jacob's parents, Rose, Andie MacDowell, and Mark, Jose Zuniga, and the shenanigans begin. When I started watching A Sudden Case of Christmas, I was preparing for a Hallmark-esque comedy full of wholesome humor and far too many Yuletide puns. There is a lot going on in this film that makes it difficult to qualify it as one particular film. Yes, it falls into the blander category of made-for-television holiday films, but it also has elements that deviate from that formula. On the one hand, the film focuses on Claire and the local preteens around the hotel who have a subplot that involves boyfriends and dating that takes about 4 years to mature the characters. There is also a plot involving an extramarital affair involving one of the main characters, who feels out of place for a family-friendly project. Elements of this story could have worked better if the film had been remade as a randy PG-13 comedy or a kid-centric PG movie. But it instead splits the difference and tries to do both. While this movie could easily have been written off as just an opportunity for Danny DeVito and his daughter to enjoy a nice Italian vacation while filming for a month, it does benefit from the father and daughter having some fun chemistry. Danny DeVito has been seen on screen for so many years that he easily could have phoned this performance in, but the genuine energy he brings along with Lucy had me smiling throughout the film. Most of the cast do a decent job of not letting this turn into a bland cash grab, especially Adrian Dunbar, who plays jack-of-all-trades Otto as one of the funnier elements of the film. The surprising standout is Antonella Rose, who plays Claire with a skill well beyond her years. Child actors can be either too much or not enough. But Rose has the potential to be a solid performer for years to come, based on what she does in this movie. Written by director Peter Chelsom alongside Tinker Lindsay, A Sudden Case of Christmas is mired in the holiday stereotypes of every Christmas movie that came before it. The unique Italian setting does give the film a distinctiveness that otherwise would have had it blend into every other film released at this time of year. Chelsom, known for directing Hannah Montana the Movie, Shall We Dance?, Serendipity, Town and Country, and more, has extensive experience writing and directing romantic comedies. A Sudden Case of Christmas is his first holiday feature, and it does show that while he has the skill behind the camera to adeptly handle the multiple romantic subplots going on, he relies too heavily on tried-and-true Christmas themes that bog down this story in tropes used countless times to better effect. A Sudden Case of Christmas is not a bad movie, but it is also not a great one. With so many Christmas films, the biggest mistake you can make is falling in with the pack. Thanks to Danny DeVito and Lucy DeVito sharing as much chemistry on screen as they do in real life, A Sudden Case of Christmas benefits from a talented ensemble who have fun with the material. You could do a lot worse than this film and will likely have a happy group of family around the television if you put this on during the get-together this December. A Sudden Case of Christmas opens in theaters, digital, and on demand on November 8th. As the festive season approaches, there's nothing quite like curling up on the sofa with a Christmas film. Let's be real, though. There are only so many times we can listen to Kevin scream into the mirror after slapping on some aftershave in Home Alone, or cackle while watching Buddy drizzle maple syrup onto a plate of spaghetti in Elf, before the magic starts to fade. Thankfully, the age of streaming has unleashed an avalanche of new Christmas movies, with platforms such as Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, and more transforming themselves into the Hallmark Channel as they race to cook up the best Christmas films in 2024. A Sudden Case of Christmas is an upcoming American Christmas comedy film directed by Peter Chelsom. It's a remake of the 2022 Italian film Improvvisamente Natale. This holiday film will be released digitally on November 7, 2024, and on DVD on November 19, 2024. The film promises to bring laughter and warmth set against the picturesque backdrop of Italy's Dolomite Mountains. The movie stars Danny DeVito and Andie MacDowell in leading roles. The story revolves around young Claire, who's resolved to save her parents' marriage by staging Christmas in August. Wilmer Valderrama, Lucy DeVito, and Antonella Rose join the cast to give this touching tale complexity and appeal. The official synopsis of the movie reads, "What a granddaughter wants, a granddaughter gets, even if that's Christmas in August. All about a sudden case of Christmas, cast of A Sudden Case of Christmas." Danny DeVito portrays Lawrence, a loving grandfather with a unique relationship with his granddaughter Claire. DeVito is expected to give the character comedy and heart. Andie MacDowell, known for her grace and elegance, portrays one of Claire's grandparents, accentuating the family dynamic. Wilmer Valderrama and Lucy DeVito play Claire's parents, a couple on the brink of separation. Their portrayal of strained yet hopeful parents adds depth to the storyline. Antonella Rose, known for her role in Terrifier 3, plays the spirited and determined Claire. Her performance as the young protagonist is central to the film's emotional core. The supporting cast includes Jose Zuniga, who plays another grandparent with secrets that could upend the family's reunion. Adrian Dunbar, Valeria Cavalli, Mario Della Rosa, and Francesco Salvi round out the cast, contributing to the film's rich narrative tapestry. The trailer for A Sudden Case of Christmas offers a glimpse into the film's heartwarming and comedic moments. It introduces viewers to the central conflict, Claire's attempt to bring her family together during an unconventional Christmas celebration. The trailer showcases the beautiful Italian scenery, emphasizing the festive and magical atmosphere. In a sneak peek, Danny DeVito's character Lawrence is seen orchestrating holiday activities with Claire, aiming to mend the fractured family bonds. The light-hearted moments are balanced with emotional scenes as the characters navigate personal challenges amidst the holiday chaos. A Sudden Case of Christmas. The story unfolds as Claire, a Christmas enthusiast, learns about her parents' plans to separate during a family trip to Italy. Determined to keep her family together, she convinces her grandfather Lawrence to help her recreate Christmas in August. The unconventional timing adds a humorous twist, while the underlying goal remains deeply emotional. Claire's preparations draw the family into a range of celebratory events meant to strengthen their ties. The road is not without difficulties, though. Secrets surface, mostly involving Claire's other grandparents, played by Andie MacDowell and Jose Zuniga. These disclosures add layers of complexity to the story and threaten to derail the family's precarious unity. The film skillfully balances humor and emotion, showcasing the resilience of family ties and the magic of holiday traditions. Behind the scenes, director and production, Peter Chelsom, the film's director, is known for previous works like Serendipity and The Space Between Us. His expertise in crafting emotionally resonant stories is evident in A Sudden Case of Christmas. Chelsom co-wrote the screenplay with Tinker Lindsay, Gianluca Bomprezzi, Neri Parenti, Federico Bacamo, and Francesco Paterno. Signature Entertainment has overseen the production of the film. The choice of Italy's Dolomite Mountains as the main backdrop improves the visual attractiveness of the movie and offers an amazing scene for the developing drama. A Sudden Case of Christmas seems to be a great addition to holiday movies. With a compelling story, superb ensemble, and breathtaking images, it offers a new viewpoint on the Christmas genre. Perfect for the holidays, the film highlights family, love, and togetherness. As viewers get ready to welcome this poignant narrative on November 7, 2024, the thrill for it grows. Signature Entertainment has released the official UK trailer for the upcoming family Christmas comedy, A Sudden Case of Christmas, which will be released on digital on the 11th of November, 2024. It's double the DeVito in this heartwarming Christmas comedy. When learning of her parents' plan to separate whilst on a family holiday to Italy, Christmas-obsessed Claire hatches a plan with her grandfather, Danny DeVito, to get her parents back together. Mischief, chaos, and a Christmas celebration in August, Claire must use the festive magic of the holidays to reunite her family and avoid causing even more trouble. Can Christmas keep her family together? Starring Andie MacDowell, Groundhog Day, Danny DeVito, Matilda, Adrian Dunbar, Line of Duty, Lucy DeVito, Deadbeat, Antonella Rose, Fear the Walking Dead, and Wilmer Valderrama, That 70s Show. A Sudden Case of Christmas is written by Peter Chelsom, The Space Between Us, and Tinker Lindsay, Hector and the Search for Happiness, and is directed by Chelsom. Christmas is around the corner, and what a better way to celebrate the holidays than with Danny DeVito. A Sudden Case of Christmas breaks out on theatrical, digital, and DVD in November. Danny DeVito, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, runs a hotel in Italy's Dolomite Mountains, not to be confused with cinematic legend Dolomite, when his daughter and her boyfriend visit to celebrate the holidays. This seems the right way to bring in the Christmas season. Here's the press release with all the information so you can see Danny DeVito on the big screen. Los Angeles, CA, September 5th, 2024, just in time for cozy holiday viewing, the heartwarming new film A Sudden Case of Christmas, starring Danny DeVito, Andie MacDowell, Wilmer Valderrama, and Lucy DeVito, will be coming to select theaters and all major digital platforms on November 7th and on DVD November 19th from Notorious Pictures and Riverstone Pictures in association with WME Independent, distributed by Shout Studios. Directed by Peter Chelsom, The Space Between Us, Serendipity, this highly anticipated holiday film stars Danny DeVito, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Matilda, Andie MacDowell, The Way Home, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Wilmer Valderrama, That 70s Show, Encanto, Lucy DeVito, The Secret Art of Human Flight, Little Demon, Adrian Dunbar, Line of Duty, The Snowman, Jose Zuniga, Physical, Twilight, Valeria Cavalli, Mario, Maria e Mario, Double Team, with Mario de la Rosa, Money Heist, The Night Manager, Francesco Salvi, The Game Changer, 10th and Wolf, Dennis Conway, Brooklyn Bodkin, and introduces Antonella Rose. The holiday film will be released to select theaters and all major digital platforms for home viewing on November 7th. A DVD release will follow on November 19th. Directed by Peter Chelsom, The Space Between Us, Serendipity, the film is set in the Dolomite Mountain Range in Italy, where an American couple, Lucy DeVito and Valderrama, have taken their daughter Claire, Antonella Rose, to her grandfather Lawrence's, Danny DeVito, Grand Hotel to tell her they're breaking up. Claire insists on celebrating Christmas in August to bring the family together, leading to unexpected complications. Claire's other grandparents, MacDowell and Jose Zuniga, arrive to join the festivities, bringing secrets and adding further intricacy. Exclusive. Shout Studios has snapped up North American rights to the holiday family comedy A Sudden Case of Christmas, starring Danny DeVito, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Andie MacDowell, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, from Notorious Pictures and Riverstone Pictures in association with WME Independent. The film will roll out across multiple entertainment platforms later this year. As we were first to report, VMI Worldwide holds international sales rights and is currently presenting the film to buyers at Cannes. Directed by Peter Chelsom, The Space Between Us, A Sudden Case of Christmas centers on Lawrence DeVito, who runs a grand hotel in the mountains of Italy. Every winter, he hosts the extended family for Christmas. But this year, his daughter, Lucy DeVito, and her husband, Wilmer Valderrama, are bringing their 10-year-old, Stolligid Claire, Antonella Rose, to visit in August. The young couple comes with shocking news. They are divorcing and have tasked Lawrence with being the bearer of bad news to Claire. When Claire realizes her soon-to-be broken family won't be returning in December, she insists on having one last Christmas with the entire family now in the middle of summer. Her other grandparents, MacDowell and Jose Zuniga, are summoned while Claire, in collusion with her grandfather Lawrence, plans activities designed to reunite her parents and bring the whole family back together. Produced by Guglielmo Marchetti and Stefano Bethlen of Notorious Pictures and Nick Bauer of Riverstone Pictures, the film also stars Adrian Dunbar, Line of Duty, Jose Zuniga, Physical, Valeria Cavalli, Mario, Maria e Mario, Mario de la Rosa, Money Heist, Francesco Salvi, The Game Changer, and Dennis Conway, Bodkin. A Sudden Case of Christmas emphasizes the importance of family bonds and takes you on a journey through the beautiful landscapes of Italy, shared Melissa Boag, Executive Vice President of Family Entertainment at Shout Studios. We believe this film will resonate with audiences of all ages and backgrounds, and we are excited to share it with a broad audience. Stated Jordan Fields, Shout's Senior Vice President of Acquisitions and Originals, this stunningly photographed and charming film emphasizes that Christmas is more than one day a year. Rather, it's a generosity of spirit and connection to family and community that can and should happen anywhere and at any time. Added Marchetti, chairman of Notorious Pictures, we are immensely proud to announce that Shout Studios will be distributing our film across North America. This partnership marks a significant milestone, and we are thrilled at the opportunity to bring our heartfelt creation to American audiences. We have poured our passion and dedication into this project, and we sincerely hope that it resonates deeply with viewers, inspiring both joy and reflection. No, we are not dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, but we are summering in Italy for a clunky, sentimental, and generally generic Christmas romp. A Sudden Case of Christmas has the decor and setting of a Hallmark special, but with a cast of respectable and accomplished actors. This holly-jolly flick is unlikely to result in bah-humbug insults on the screen, but it will unlikely cause anyone's heart to grow 3 sizes. A Sudden Case of Christmas is currently playing in select theaters and is available on digital platforms courtesy of Shout Studios. The film will debut on DVD on November 19, 2024. It's double the DeVito in this heartwarming Christmas comedy. When learning of her parents' plan to separate whilst on a family holiday to Italy, Christmas-obsessed Claire hatches a plan with her grandfather, Danny DeVito, to get her parents back together. Mischief, chaos, and a Christmas celebration in August, Claire must use the festive magic of the holidays to reunite her family and avoid causing even more trouble. Can Christmas keep her family together? Starring Andie MacDowell, Groundhog Day, Danny DeVito, Matilda, Adrian Dunbar, Line of Duty, Lucy DeVito, Deadbeat, Antonella Rose, Fear the Walking Dead, and Wilmer Valderrama, That 70s Show, A Sudden Case of Christmas is written by Peter Chelsom, The Space Between Us, and Tinker Lindsay, Hector and the Search for Happiness, and is directed by Chelsom. You can check out the A Sudden Case of Christmas trailer in the player below, and look out for it on digital from 11th November. Looks a bit cheesy, but it could be perfect for the upcoming Christmas period, which is edging ever so much closer. Just in time for cozy holiday viewing, the heartwarming new film A Sudden Case of Christmas, starring Danny DeVito, Andie MacDowell, Wilmer Valderrama, and Lucy DeVito, will be coming to select theaters and all major digital platforms on November 7th and on DVD November 19th from Notorious Pictures and Riverstone Pictures in association with WME Independent, distributed by Shout Studios. Directed by Peter Chelsom, The Space Between Us, Serendipity, this highly anticipated holiday film stars Danny DeVito, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Matilda, Andie MacDowell, The Way Home, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Wilmer Valderrama, That 70s Show, Encanto, Lucy DeVito, The Secret Art of Human Flight, Little Demon, Adrian Dunbar, Line of Duty, The Snowman, Jose Zuniga, Physical, Twilight, Valeria Cavalli, Mario, Maria e Mario, Double Team, with Mario de la Rosa, Money Heist, The Night Manager, Francesco Salvi, The Game Changer, 10th and Wolf, Dennis Conway, Brooklyn, Bodkin, and introduces Antonella Rose. A delightful family movie that takes place in the breathtaking beauty of the Dolomite mountain range in Italy, A Sudden Case of Christmas, follows an American couple, Lucy DeVito and Valderrama, taking their daughter Claire, Rose, to her grandfather Lawrence's, DeVito, Grand Hotel in Italy to tell her they're breaking up. Claire insists on celebrating Christmas in August to bring the family together, leading to unexpected complications. Claire's other grandparents, MacDowell and Jose Zuniga, arrive to join the festivities, bringing secrets and adding further intricacy. A Sudden Case of Christmas captures the essence of love, family, traditions, and takes viewers on a journey full of laughs and emotions that will tug at their heartstrings. Shout Studios is a multi-platform media company specializing in film and TV distribution, development, and production. The company has evolved with the changing entertainment landscape to excel in all forms of content distribution, including theatrical, digital streaming, broadcast and in-flight licensing, physical media, and more. Shout Studios owns and manages a large portfolio of contemporary and classic feature films, series, animation, and documentaries. On the day of Christmas, Claire had finished the video project she'd been putting together throughout her stay at the hotel and was excited to share the same with everyone. However, the footage of the puppy she lost made her upset, and she ran away in the hope of finding her. Claire was attached to the puppy, a direct result of her losing her family to divorce. She had hoped the puppy would never leave her, as dogs were known for their unconditional love. Claire could not control her parents' lives, yet having a pet by her side would help her channel her thoughts to a creature who would try to cheer her up. Claire and her grandfather also had a conversation about her being a catalyst that might bring her parents together. Lawrence could understand the grief Claire was going through, as he had been through something similar when he lost his wife. He could empathize with the young girl who was just trying to process the pain of losing her family. On Christmas morning, Claudia left the hotel, and she profusely apologized for her role in breaking Rose's marriage. Claudia turned out to be a lot more sensitive than Mark, as he had not apologized for his infidelity. He spoke about their rough times, but refused to acknowledge that his way of dealing with it was not the right one. Rose was very upset at the table and shared a poem that was about how she felt betrayed by the person who she loved. Rose wanted to let Mark know that he had hurt her, and this may have been an indication to the family as well that their marriage was going through rocky times. Mark and Rose had walked into the hotel a few days back as a couple who had been married for many years. They might be leaving the place as two people realizing there was probably no love between them. Did Jacob and Abby reunite? The movie ended with Abby learning Claire was not in her room as all of them were waiting for her to show up at the table for a Christmas meal. Claire wanted her family to be reunited one last time. Her absence threw everyone off because she was the glue that would keep both families intact. Claire was still looking for her puppy because it was important to her to not lose this precious friend, as she believed the separation might emotionally distance her from one of her parents. As everyone came out of the hotel, Claire's friends from the town created a faux snow using soap, water, and air in the spirit of recreating the holiday season for her. The parents were happy to notice her friends would go to any extent to keep her happy. This was a happy sight as Claire finally got what she wanted, a happy Christmas with her family. Claire returned with the pup. Presumably, she found it near the lost and found bridge that was mentioned during her horseback riding session with her father and mother. The young girl was elated to find out her mother and father, Jacob and Abby, had decided to give their marriage another chance. These words were a melody to Claire's ears, as she had been wanting this since the day she heard them announce their separation. She was glad her parents were trying to rediscover the love they had lost. She indeed acted as a catalyst, which helped them figure out their causes of conflict in their marriage. Jacob and Abby had drifted apart, and the latter's infidelity did not help as well. Since they had been together for a while and deep down there was some love left between them, they had to give their marriage another chance. It was not the same for Mark and Rose, as the latter revealed that she was separating from her husband. It was assumed everyone knew the reason for their marriage breaking up, including Claire, who wanted her grandmother to be happy. Rose seemed content with her decision, and Mark seemed like someone who might now seek Claudia out, since he had confessed to being in love with her. Claire's family was coming back to Dolomite to celebrate real Christmas as she had her family. Unfortunately, Mark and Rose won't be together, and the young girl was mature enough to realize her grandparents made the right decision. It was a bittersweet ending to the mini-holiday before the real Christmas season. A Sudden Case of Christmas follows an American couple, Valderrama and DeVito, who take their daughter Claire, Antonella Rose, to her grandfather's DeVito hotel in Italy to reveal that they are getting a divorce. As a result, Claire requests that the family celebrate one last Christmas, a family together, despite it being the middle of August. A Sudden Case of Christmas is directed by Peter Chelsom from a script co-written by Chelsom and Tinker Lindsay. Alongside DeVito, MacDowell, and Valderrama, A Sudden Case of Christmas stars the debuting Antonella Rose, Adrian Dunbar, Jose Zuniga, Valeria Cavalli, Mario de la Rosa, Francesco Salvi, and Dennis Conway. A delightful family movie that takes place in the breathtaking beauty of the Dolomite mountain range in Italy, A Sudden Case of Christmas follows an American couple, Lucy DeVito and Valderrama, taking their daughter Claire, Rose, to her grandfather Lawrence's DeVito Grand Hotel in Italy to tell her they're breaking up, reads the film's official synopsis. Claire insists on celebrating Christmas in August to bring the family together, leading to unexpected complications. Claire's other grandparents, MacDowell and Jose Zuniga, arrive to join the festivities, bringing secrets and adding further intricacy. A Sudden Case of Christmas captures the essence of love, family traditions, and takes viewers on a journey full of laughs and emotions that will tug at their heartstrings. Danny DeVito loves getting to act opposite his daughter. The Lucy, 41, Grace, 39, and 37-year-old Jake with his estranged wife, Rhea Perlman, and now he and his eldest have teamed up together as a father and a daughter in the upcoming holiday film, A Sudden Case of Christmas. He told MovieWeb, "It was amazing. It was really, really great. Lucy and I love working with each other. We were planning to do a Broadway show, which we ultimately did, but then this came along as a gift. Playing a father and daughter, we played father and daughter in the play. Not that we can't play other parts together, but this is something really special for both of us." In the film, a couple bring their 10-year-old daughter to her grandfather's hotel in Italy to tell her that they are separating, and the little girl spends the holiday season trying to get them back together. Lucy, who starred on the ABC sitcom Melissa and Joey opposite Sabrina the Teenage Witch actress Melissa Joan Hart, was then asked if there was any difficulties working with the Matilda star on a day-to-day basis, but she insisted that there was never any trouble. She said, "Not really, no. To be honest, we went into the whole experience like, I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we're even able to do it. And this is a Christmas movie, so let's enjoy it, have fun. The crew is amazing. The crew was amazing. The lead of the movie, Antonella Rose, is so professional, so gifted, and just a joy to work with." A Sudden Case of Christmas will stream from November 7th. With the holiday season looming over us, it would appear that it's time to brace ourselves for the waves of cheesy, nostalgic kitsch that come with it. First on the list is A Sudden Case of Christmas, the latest effort, if it can be called that, from Danny DeVito and co. A remake of the 2022 Italian film Improvvisamente Natale, also produced by Notorious Pictures, to similarly inconsequential effect. This straight-to-VOD snooze fest may as well be going straight into the dustbin. The movie follows an American couple and their 10-year-old daughter Claire to her grandfather Lawrence's luxurious Hotel des Dolomites in Italy. Gearing up for a divorce, lawyer Abby and recently jobless Jacob, played by Lucy DeVito and Wilmer Valderrama, respectively, intend to soften the blow by taking Claire to her holiday refuge one last time before dissolving their marriage. Despite it being in the middle of August, Claire and Lawrence conspire to save the couple's marriage through a full-spirited imitation of Christmas, inadvertently jeopardizing the relationship of her other grandparents in the process. The narrative trajectory becomes blatantly obvious about 8 minutes in, to the point where spoiling every scene of the movie would hardly even change the viewing experience. Each character fills a role that's been cliched into oblivion, Abby as the high-strung breadwinner who's locked the fun-loving woman she once was behind a cold exterior, Jacob as the sensitive but spineless husband, and Claire as the perceptive little mouse with a heart of gold. And you can't forget the George Clooney-adjacent archery instructor whose sole purpose is to bring some inoffensive horniness to the screen for middle-aged wine moms, which is presumably the target demographic. If that weren't enough, the kooky, light-hearted score accompanies just about every played-out gag until the mere sound of a clarinet starts to make your face go numb. Sure, this formula might have been a cash cow up until the early 2000s, but A Sudden Case of Christmas completely lacks any of the tenderness or charm that made it so popular in the past. Pseudo-sentimental scenes are sprinkled in with almost no pretext. One of the emotional climaxes just begins to confront the death of Lawrence's wife before being cut off by the sounds of a motorbike search party and a literal helicopter. They're looking for a dog, by the way. This is made even more absurd by the fact that the only space given to his loss in the first place is at the beginning of the film, and it's undercut by an emphasis on Claire's constant employment of therapy speak. If you're looking for some fresh escapism, fantasy films and fairy tales aren't going out of style anytime soon. But this genre of safe, romanticized family dramas where everything has to resolve perfectly feels increasingly irrelevant in modern times, no matter how many fidget spinners they give the kids. For better or worse, the era of Michael Bublé needle drops is over. Danny DeVito is lovable as always in his performance of the doting grandfather. And Antonella Rose plays Claire with the necessary screen presence, but it's not enough to sustain the paper-thin and ultimately banal storyline. Besides affording Danny and Lucy DeVito the chance to play father and daughter for the small screen, the only imaginable reason for this film's creation is as a vehicle for the young Antonella Rose to build her resume with a starring role. And you know what? May it serve her well. DeVito's incredible comedy, the whole story is elevated to become a modern and unique Christmas hit, continuing this effort to break the mold. The film doesn't revolve around a traditionally happy family, as the central parents are currently at the tail end of their marriage, but bringing all of these odd elements to the forefront makes for a better story. The reality is that things get busy and stressful during the holiday season. So when a film like A Sudden Case of Christmas puts that at the core of the story, it manages to resonate and connect in a way that other Christmas films cannot. Instead of outlandish Christmas miracles, there is a real hardworking family at the center of the story who are just pushing through to make it work and put a smile on their kid's face. Ultimately, that chaos and the cracks make the story authentic and fun. A surprise Christmas takes a lot of work. The cast is up for the task, and Danny DeVito isn't left to carry the film's comedy. Danny DeVito in A Sudden Case of Christmas, running a hotel is already a complex job, but churning out a festive season in August against the wishes of some of your guests, entertaining family, and keeping the peace between a couple who are ready to part ways is a hefty burden. Thankfully, DeVito's Lawrence is up to the task as he juggles these various issues with a smile and a joke at the ready. However, DeVito is not alone. In carrying the comedic weight of the film, DeVito is joined by his real-life daughter, Lucy DeVito, who plays his on-screen daughter Abby opposite Lucy, is that Seven show star Wilmer Valderrama as her husband and Andie MacDowell as his mother. Each of these characters carries the brunt of the comedy beats in the movie, and thanks to their wealth of experience, they do an excellent job. However, there are multiple storylines playing out that frequently cross paths and sometimes clash despite these small hiccups with winding narrative. The film continues to deliver fun, heartwarming moments and builds a thoughtful, heartwarming story. It's an easy-to-watch film with some deeper moments that had me reflecting and relating to the themes and messages at its core among the busy landscape of Christmas films. A Sudden Case of Christmas is well worth watching, as it delivers something unique compared to the rest of the Christmas slate. A Sudden Case of Christmas has Danny DeVito and his daughter Lucy leading a folksy ensemble in a spirited holiday romp about the value of family during the gay holidays. The rub here is that Christmas takes place in August because of an impending divorce. shenanigans predictably ensue as the likable characters hide big secrets and juggle various relationship problems while a precocious girl documents the festive fry. The film avoids being overly sentimental with a few naughty bits. Meant to spike the eggnog, Jacob Randall, Wilmer, Valderrama, and his wife Abby Lucy DeVito sing Christmas carols with their young daughter Claire Antonella Rose as the family drives towards Italy's picturesque Dolite Mountains. Rose's father, Lawrence Danny DeVito, owns a boutique hotel where everyone usually congregates for Christmas. Jacob's parents, Rose, Andie MacDowell, and Mark Joseph Zuniga, are also en route to join them. We quickly learn it's not December, but August, as the Randalls want the whole clan to celebrate the holidays together at the hotel. Lawrence is due to see his beloved CLA when they arrive. Otto Adrian Dunbar, his dutiful hotel manager. Bellhop concierge Selmer has begun the process of turning the hotel into a Christmas wonderland, much to the annoyance of Lawrence's most important guest, a disgruntled millionaire Dennis Conway with his daughter. The hugs and kisses take a serious turn when Jacob and Rose pull Lawrence away to explain their real reason for visiting during the summer. They're getting a divorce, and thought telling CLA at the hotel her favorite place would lessen the shocking news. A Sudden Case of Christmas feels like an extended sitcom as the Pratt falls and awkward encounters run deliriously among. It's a carnival of near buffoonery with each character, doing their darnest to avoid painful truths. The deceptions continue with the arrival of Rose and Mark. It turns out that the buttoned-up Mark had a steamy one-night stand with another guest during his last visit. Mark immediately hides when he sees Claudia Valeria Cavalli in the lobby. Zuniga, an accomplished character actor known for his extensive TV 24 CSI Madam Secretary and feature film Alive. Twilight credit steals the show as Mark, let's just say, he goes to extreme efforts to hide his Diance. The comedy twists his angst further, when of course Rose finds a new bestie in Claudia. Danny DeVito plays to type with a big smile and twinkle in his eyes throughout. Lawrence ends up being the circus ring master, as he juggles all the secrets with trying to keep his hotel in business. His warm and fatherly humor succeeds in wrangling the many subplots in focus. Lawrence, a widower, cherishes the institution of marriage and wants to keep every couple together, but acknowledges that when something's badly broken, it may be irrevocable. The lesson for Claire is that not every romance lasts forever. A Sudden Case of Christmas treads into contrived melodrama with a specific lack of chemistry. Between Valderrama and Lucy DeVito, they have the most screen time of any pair, but never seem to make a connection. This works in the beginning when they're at odds. It's understandable why they've tossed in the relationship towel. Director co-writer Peter Chelsom. Serendipity, the space between us, then spends the remaining narrative putting them in manufactured situations to stoke their dormant flames of love. You can see the sappy intent from a mile away that's acceptable if the characters are believable together in the first place. Jacob and Abby mix like oil and water, so the expected rekindling is completely forced. Antonella Rose does a good job as CLA in her feature debut, but Chelsom overburdens the character with too much activity. Claire is the glue that binds everyone together, but she also has multiple subplots of young crushes and disappointment, and chronicles the overall story as it builds to the Christmas in August climax. This is shown as Claire filming a documentary and putting trinkets on a tree. As events unfold, she becomes an unnecessary narrator that slows the pacing. The goal is to see her version of the story in a feel-good ending, but we already watched everything develop. There's literally no reason for a recap. This may have seemed like a good idea in the script, but it certainly doesn't work on screen. What does work is the visual richness of it all. A Sudden Case of Christmas could be a 90-minute commercial for Italian tourism. The amazing settings are a constant relief when the story, LS scenes of mountain hiking and hot air balloon rides are absolutely gorgeous. You could honestly ignore the dialogue and just watch the majestic scenery with wanderlust. You don't normally associate Christmas with Italy, but you will. After this, A Sudden Case of Christmas is a production of Notorious Pictures and Riverstone Pictures. It will be available digitally and on demand from Shout Studios on November 8th. It's available to rent or buy on digital platforms like Apple TV, YouTube Fandango, at home and on Prime Video through the link below. Other information about this film. A Sudden Case of Christmas is about a young girl and her parents traveling to Italy to visit her grandfather. During the summer, it's supposed to be about the girl recreating Christmas to be able to deal with her parents' impending divorce. The problem is that it's barely about, that the movie seems to spend most of its time with random characters that do not add to the story at all. Danny DeVito is Lawrence Arminetti, a loving grandfather who absolutely adores his granddaughter. That's the good part, and owns a hotel in Italy. That's the bad part. There are multiple storylines to include the hotel guests, and there is no point to it. I think it's supposed to be funny, but since I can't even tell, that's a really bad sign. The hotel also provides an unfortunate central place for most of the action. Allow me to explain, the movie is set in Italy, but apart from a few scenes you don't see much of Italy, you just see the inside and immediate exterior of a hotel. It's kind of like going to a beautiful exotic location for vacation, and you spend all your time in the hotel. Andie MacDowell shows up as the grandmother on the other side, except her storyline is about her husband cheating on her with a friend of hers who also happens to vacation at that hotel. I would say that storyline is so incredibly out of place in a movie like this, but the other minor guests are so much worse, and at least she has a connection with the main characters. The heart and soul of the movie is Claire Antonella Rose and her relationship with her grandfather. She's smart, observant, thoughtful, considerate, funny, and people make fun of her for communicating in a way well above her classmates, but that's not true. Her classmates and Italian friends are just like her. As you've probably guessed, she's just not from the enjoyment of the movie. Danny DeVito is good, Antonella Rose as the young CLA is good, everybody else is decidedly not good and are varying degrees of very bad. The character of the mother is way too one-dimensional. The father is a better character, but he's played by Wilmer Valderrama, who might be just as bad of an actor as he is a person. The basic premise of A Sudden Case of works, everything else that follows it does not, that it's hard to even care about the resolution. If you get that far, it's not exactly the holiday season. In A Sudden Case of Christmas, which takes place during the month of August, bringing heat and family tourism to the story. There's not much tide spirit in the picture either, as it primarily focuses on relationship woes facing multiple characters, managing a trip to the Dolomites region of Italy, and yet director Peter Chelsom, who co-scripted with Tinkerin, pushes for a warm atmosphere of celebration and communication in the future, attempting to find different ways to bring out the Christmas feels. A Sudden Case of Christmas isn't a riveting endeavor as the material is. More sitcom is than inspired, but Chelsom has star Danny DeVito, who brings a certain level of dramatic emphasis and liveliness to the effort, which benefits greatly from his enthusiasm, and when all else fails the offering, there's time spent in a glorious area of the world. More detail, Jacob Wilmer Valderrama and Abby Randall Lucy DeVito have taken their 10-year-old CLA Antonella Rose on a sudden summer vacation to visit her grandfather Lawrence Danny DeVito at his hotel in Italy. The family usually makes this trip to the Dolomites every Christmas, so Claire is a little suspicious as to why they're heading there in August. Lawrence is surprised but happy to see his daughter and granddaughter, but also wonders about the reason for the trip. Abby reveals to her father that she and Jacob are planning to break up and that they brought Claire to this place where she feels safe to cushion the blow when they deliver that news, and that they want him to be the one to do it. Claire doesn't take the news well and insists that if they're not going to be together this upcoming Christmas, that they celebrate all of their usual holiday traditions now in August instead, and maybe that will remind her parents of why they should be together. But the first step is getting her other grandparents, Rose K. Kingham's Andie MacDowell and Marcos A. Zuniga, to fly down for the celebration, as well as Lawrence tries to give his granddaughter the Christmas celebration she wants. There is a lot of other chaos around the hotel to deal with as well. It turns out that other members of the family also have their own secrets they're trying to hide, and as truths start to come out, things get a bit complicated, and Lawrence often finds himself stuck in the middle. Meanwhile, Lawrence must deal with the constant complaints from a wealthy annual guest who doesn't appreciate the winter theme. During his summer holiday, he has also agreed to help keep a guest with whom Mark has a history. Valeria Cavalli from running into him or his wife, and he enlists the help of a priest to snoop to figure out why his daughter wants to break up with her husband, helping Lawrence with all of... This is his bumbling assistant, Otto Adrian Dunbar, who came with the hotel, a well-meaning man who doesn't really pick up on social cues and often says the wrong thing, getting Lawrence into trouble. I was expecting a sudden case of Christmas to be more of a laugh-out-loud comedy, but there is also a lot of heart in addition to the humor, exploring themes of family traditions, love, romance, and relationships. The film has a bit of a Hallmark holiday movie feel to it, but that's not meant in a negative way. We're only in November, and I've watched at least a dozen of those already this year. The film finds this perfect blend of humor, drama, and holiday cheer. There are lots of different stories going on at the same time, but they are woven together in a way that feels natural, and all of their characters feel fleshed out. Danny DeVito is a lot of fun in this role, acting as both the sweet, loving father-grandfather and the comedically flustered guy trying to deal with all kinds of chaos. His real-life daughter plays his daughter in the film, and this adds an extra level of charm and chemistry to the characters and their relationship, which feels so natural and real. Antonella Rose, who plays year-old CLA, is so delightful, and we get some really fun moments early on as she meets up with her young friends. She sees annually at the hotel and does only to discover that things are a bit different in the summer. Claire is making a documentary of her summer vacation for school and provides some narration and commentary over this footage often. Stealing the scene is Adrian Dunbar as Jack of all trades and master of none. Otto, who is hilarious. He sometimes reminded me of the oddball character Michael Richards played in Trans. Pennsylvania, 6 to 5,000, no matter what Lawrence needs. Driver, piano player, server, front desk, etc., and dash. It seems to be a part of Otto's job. The rest of the brilliant cast, including the ever-lovable Andie MacDowell, are also great. Each of the characters has some more dramatic element to their storyline as well as comedic moments, and all of these actors deliver on both. The Grand Italian Mountainside Hotel is a beautiful location for this romantic holiday tale. And even though the film is set in August, it really evokes the holiday spirit as the decorations come out and the family partakes in all of their annual traditions with the holiday season underway. This is the perfect time to check out this film. A Sudden Case of Christmas opens in select theaters, digital and on-demand, November 8th, and arrives on DVD November 19th. We were sent a watermarked digital screener for review since this doesn't represent the quality of the final retail product. I won't go into detail on the audio and video presentation of the release, but the DVD case lists a trailer and a behind-the-scenes of A Sudden Case of Christmas, featuring interviews with the cast. The featurette was not available to screen, so I cannot comment on its contents. The young couple comes with shocking news. They are divorcing and have tasked Lawrence with being the bearer of bad news to CLA when CLA realizes her soon-to-be broken family won't be returning in December. She insists on having one last Christmas with the entire family, now in the middle of summer. Her other grandparents, MacDowell and Jose Zuniga, are summoned while Claire, in collusion with her grandfather, Lawrence, plans activities designed to reunite her parents and bring the whole family back together, produced by Guglielmo Marchetti and Stefano Bethlen of Notorious Pictures and Nick Bauer of Riverstone Pictures. The film also stars Adrian Dunbar, Line of Duty, Jose Zuniga, Physical, Valeria Cavalli, Mario Maria, I Am Mario, Dear Roa Money, Heist, Francesco Salvi, The Game Changer, and Dennis Conway Bodkin, A Sudden Case of Christmas, emphasizes the importance of family bonds and takes you on a journey through the beautiful landscapes of Italy. Shared Melissa Bogg, Executive Vice President of Family Entertainment at Shout Studios. We believe this film will resonate with audiences of all ages and backgrounds, and we are excited to share it with a broad audience. Stated Jordan Fields, Shout's Senior Vice President of Acquisitions and Originals. This stunningly photographed and charming film emphasizes that Christmas is more than one day a year. Rather, it's a generosity of spirit and connection to family and community that can and should happen anywhere and at any time. Added Marty, chairman of Notorious Pictures, we are immensely proud to announce that Out Studios will be distributing our film across North America. This partnership marks a significant milestone, and we are thrilled at the opportunity to bring our heartfelt creation to American audiences. We have poured our passion and dedication into this project, and we sincerely hope that it resonates deeply with viewers, inspiring both joy and reflection fields. And Stephen Katz shouts, Vice President of Business Affairs, negotiated the deal with WM Independent on behalf of the filmmakers. This film, directed by Peter Chelsom, written by Peter Chelsom, Tinker Lindsay John LCA, BM Pri Nearprinti, Federico Bomo Francesco Pino, produced by Guglielmo, Marchetti Stefano Bethlen, Nick Bauer starring Danny DeVito, Andie MacDowell Wilmer, Valderrama Lucy DeVito, cinematography Christoph Lenberg, edited by Chiara Giatti, music by Andrea Fari, production companies, Notorious Pictures, Riverstone Pictures, distributed by Shop Studios, release date November 7th, 2024, running time 91 minutes, country, United States language English. So guys, this is the review of A Sudden Case of Christmas movie and some information about it. How do you like our today's video? Please let us know by commenting. And if you like this video, please like it, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.